What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're all doing well today, my friends. I really do hope that. I suppose, in a way, welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I see what's being said around the news, giving you my opinion, but of course, more importantly, asking for yours. And there's only one big sensational story, guys. It really does look like Chelsea are very, very close to signing Romelu Lukaku. In fact, we could probably expect developments today. An exciting transfer day. High octane, decisions being made, handshakes happening all over the gaff, hopefully. And that's exciting. I'm going to get into it today properly. I'm going to look at some statistics of Romelu Lukaku, look at what a couple of reporters and journalists are saying, and we're really going to break it open, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. So, yes, we're at the desk today because I'm going to be looking at stuff with you, so it's a different format, of course. If you're new to Football Therapy, welcome on in, dear newcomer. Consider subscribing, mate. Hey, only if you want to. So, if you choose to, that bell notifications icon is helpful, as well as dropping a like to help me, your friend Jan, in the deep abyss that is the YouTube algorithm. Right, big Lukaku. We're going to look at his stats, by the way. We're going to talk about his performances in the Premier League, his developments, and all that lovely stuff. Boo! Okay, so first off, the rags are, of course, riddled in this story. Romelu Lukaku wants to return to Chelsea as he believes he has unfinished business at the club following his miserable spell at Stamford Bridge in 2011. You can thank managers for that. Lukaku is keen to return to Chelsea. Lukaku joined in 2011, worth 18 million. However, he managed 10 Premier League appearances before being sold. Joined Everton for £28 million. Not bad little profit there for Chelsea, before going on to play for Man United, where they paid a lot of money for him. And, as things stand, Inter have rejected an £85 million bid that included Marcos Alonso. I obviously reported on this and spoke about this. I do apologise, we're looking at the daily fail for this. I have to sort of state what I'm reading on. Yes, we want a new centre forward, we all know that. We've been looking at a few. The 28-year-old is admired by manager Thomas Tuchel, who is looking to win the Premier League title next season. And there's the sweet spot, ladies and gentlemen. Looking to win the Premier League title with an experienced, not a young and frail, an experienced centre-forward. And who better than Belgium's all-time top goal scorer, Romelu Lukaku, developed away at Inter Milan and has got better. He's got better, man. Like, I'll show you something in a moment. In fact, I can do that quite quickly. Let me do this now. So let's look at what big Fabrizio Romano is saying. Oh, there's me talking about the MVP. Chelsea are preparing a new bid to sign Romelu Lukaku. Proposal expected to be around 120 million euro, which is about 100 million pounds, 120 million euros. If it goes to 130, of course, that's a bit more. After the opening bid was turned down, of course, the 100 million euro and Marcos Alonso in the deal, Chelsea are offering Lukaku a long-term contract of 12 million euro net season salary. Now, that is a good salary, and it will be a long-term deal. I'm going to get into the bones of why this would be a good deal. I just want to show you something. Check this out. So, for people who think he's the same player that he's been at Man United, check this out. How do I make it smaller? The development is real, man. Look, here he is at Man United. He put on all this bulk. It really slowed down his mobility. And remember, in a league where he needs mobility, when he needs to like run around and be nimble and have quick turns. Like, look at how Thomas Tuchel's got all his players doing the half turns, running into space. And look at him here. He's leaned out more, and this is him winning a man of the match in the Euros, playing for Belgium. He's not the same player, guys. He is not the same player. He's developed his game. He's one of the most sort of psychologically headstrong players there is. That's pretty much exactly what Chelsea need at the moment. Sure, Timo Werner was a gunman in the Bundesliga, but clearly there's some frailty psychologically there. I think he'd still be a very, very valued player for Chelsea Football Club moving forwards. But you need this guy who just believes in himself, and he's just won the Scudetto, he's just won the MVP. Let me show you this actually. Into 2021. Okay, so Club City A stat leaders for selected metrics. Most goals scored, Romelu Lukaku. I don't know if this is for the MVP or if this is the league totals. It might just be the league totals, to be honest. Most assists provided, so 35 goal involvements. Most dribbles completed. But you can get the narrative here. It's all Romelu Lukaku. Most dribbles completed, 53. Most shots on target, 48. Most chances created. That is mad. Most chances created for a big centre forward. Most touches in the opposition box, most chances, joint most through balls, and most duels contested. Man is on a duel ting. That is impressive from Big Rom. Let's look at some other stuff quickly. I want to look at, remember this guy? Angelo Mangiante. Chelsea are now very close to Lukaku. Very close. Preparing a new super new bid. 130 million euro believed. So that is about 110 million pounds. We're going over the 100 million mark now, and 12 million net per season salary at Sky Sports. Pizza, an AFC account saying underneath, right, Haaland to City or United next year then. Probably. And I'll talk a little bit about Haaland in a few moments after I'm done with Lukaku. Let's look at some of the statistics of Lukaku, right? So obviously his Premier League all seasons statistics. Obviously last time he was in the Premier League, he was a United player, hence the Man United profile picture. 252 appearances, 113 goals. So that's nearly 1 and 2, 80 losses. Bearing in mind, this is over all clubs at all ages, So this is distributing, across all the clubs essentially. But plus he got 35 assists. So that is 148 goal involvements in 252 appearances. That's more than 1 and 2 for goal involvements. And, of course, his development would dictate he's a lot more creative now. You saw those numbers, those chances created, through balls, and, of course, the 11 assists. 11 Premier League assists. That is a lot. I don't know what our leading assister is in the Premier League, but I'm not sure it's going to be 11. He got 11 and 25 goals. Incredible. And yes, a lot of you will talk about the difference in Serie A, but at the same time, these goals are showing you he is a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, man. So what's he been doing in Serie A? Sorry to use who scored, because I know that's meant to be a bit of a dead platform. But hey, that's me. So yeah, of course, in Serie A, in 38 goals and 12 assists for club and country. 38 goals. 38 goals. Incredible. But let's talk about Serie A, because that's the competitive league where they, took Juventus down. By the way, of course, Lukaku winning the MVP award above Cristiano Ronaldo, who was just, set to win it every season. But no, Big Rom in the way. 24 goals and 11 assists in 32 appearances. Pass percentage isn't great, but it isn't always for a striker. 7 Man of the Match awards. Very, very strong. So I did a calculation. 35 goal involvements in less than 32 appearances. 32 appearances, but some of them were off the bench. So 35 goal involvements divided by 2,887, and that leaves you with a goal involvement every 82 minutes. A league goal involvement every 82 minutes. That is, ladies and gentlemen, an elite return. That is superb. That is superb. So, Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea is looking more and more likely. Seriously likely at this point. That reports are suggesting he'd be interested, even though he came out publicly and said, nah, I want to stay at Inter. But like I said in my previous upload, he must be looking how not only if Conte gone, Ashraf Hakimi's gone, they are going to sell another elite player, and they don't want it to be Lukaku really. They want to sell Lautaro. But what's he supposed to do? He wants to win trophies. He wants to win now. That's all he wants to do. He's not going to win when the three biggest components around him that helped him win the Serie A have gone. Hakimi, Lautaro Conte. And, what's it going to mean for him? And Chelsea want to come in with him, and they've got a super team, and they've just won the Champions League. So, he does love Chelsea. He's tweeted about it. He's got nothing but love for Chelsea. When someone asked him how did he feel about it, I think he'd come back. And I think he's going to come back. And I think he's going to sign for Chelsea. Now, I think this is an amazing signing. Chelsea need a striker. They've got an amazing squad, Chelsea. Really, the missing link is a striker that knows the Prem or will score goals in the Prem. And Lukaku is that. Now, people want Haaland, and I totally get it. I went on a Nini's channel and we spoke about this, and he's a huge advocate of Haaland, of course. I think we both said very positive things about Lukaku. I've made a bit of a stronger case for Lukaku, and this is before the news broke late last night about it. Haaland is an amazing machine. He's a phenomenon. He's a goal-scoring guy. He's really, really young. And he'll retain value as an asset. They're the big pluses. But the truth is, I don't think he'll necessarily stay around for long. Watching his, behaviours so far, he kind of jumps around. And most importantly, his agent is Mino Raiola, whose inclination is to push him around to get more agents' fees. Having an agent like Mino Raiola, you won't stay at Chelsea for more than 2 or 3 years. Simple. Lukaku signs a 5-year deal at Chelsea, and he might sign an extra couple of 1-year extensions after that. He'll give everything to Chelsea till the end. Yes, he won't retain value like Haaland did, but another important thing to state, guys, another really important thing to state is Chelsea, if they had to sell Haaland after a couple of seasons, maybe he's successful, maybe he's not, maybe he scores 18 league goals, or maybe he scores more. Do you know what I mean? So, but for one reason or another, Mino Raiola wants to move him on. He's done the Premier League. He wants to go to Real Madrid, okay? And he's like mid-20s or something. Chelsea won't make a profit on him, especially with how the market's collapsed and especially how buyers outside the Premier League are skin. Real Madrid, etc. Even in a few years, they're not going to pay. When you're selling out of the Premier League, the big money's in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? The Premier League pays over the odds, the extra tax to bring these superstars in. You're not going to sell Haaland for say if we bought him for £150 million this summer, if we bought him for £150 million this summer, and we did sell him in 2 or 3 seasons, we're not going to get more than 150 unless we sell him to a Premier League rival in Man City or something. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe PSG. But they're not really spending much at the moment. Yes, they bought Hakimi, but they've spoken about these big, signings, and they can't really give new massive contracts like they wanted to. And I don't think Haaland would want to go to PSG, so that's a little bit of moot point, really. I don't know, man. I just think it's not necessarily, in terms of being this safe asset. He'll be an amazing signing. I'm not going to pretend for one moment that Haaland wouldn't be an amazing signing for Chelsea. I just want to clear up this perception of it's business. But at the end of the day, man, Chelsea make loads of money. They do. They make loads of money through the academy. They make loads of money through brand revenue, commercial stuff. Roman puts money in. UCL qualification, Champions League qualification, winning the Champions League. That gives a lot of money, mate. That gives a lot of money. Chelsea have got money. What, they want to win. That's the business they're in. And right now, Romelu Lukaku, 28 years old, he's ready to go. He's ready to help Chelsea win. And if you can't get excited about that, then, you need to remember what football's all about. On the pitch playing. Yes, it's easy. And especially coming from someone like me who, works with transfers and, reacting to transfers. It's exciting to have young players and stuff. But Lukaku's he's a top 5 striker in the world. Chelsea can't convert chances. And we're looking to buy and probably going to buy a top 5 striker in the world. If you can't get gassed on that, then you need to give your head a wobble, mate. It's well exciting. Big Romelu Lukaku coming home to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, man, let me know what you think. Obviously, if the story breaks and develops later, I'll, of course, react to it. But I'm excited, man. He loves Chelsea. He's coming home. He's going to, drop a masterclass against Man United. It's going to be hilarious. Yeah, let me know what you think. comment down below, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Of course, do go check out Football Yannick, my other channel, where I do daily content, of course. The link is in the description. I'm talking about the Harry Kane situation, the City, and Tottenham. That's been him skiving off training. He might even still be skiving now. That's really interesting. So make sure you click the link in the description and go check out that channel if you want more content from yours truly. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.